Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So thanks guys for answering my request that I posted on our channel's community tab, asking you guys to send me your questions for me to answer on this very Q&A video episode. And I have to say, a lot of the questions, not surprisingly, were similar to the questions I get on my 2-3 hour long live streams, which makes it pretty much next to impossible to find these Q&As going on in the live streams. That's why I like to do this shorter 10-ish minute or less Q&A video once every couple of months to get those questions answered in a timely manner. So anyway, let's get to our first question here. Florida Laura asks, what's our thoughts on superfoods and our thoughts on vegan versus alkaline vegan versus raw vegan? So many labels. I can relate. In fact, we were kind of caught up unintentionally. We didn't realize it at the time in some of these more like kind of trendy forms of vegan or plant-based, whatever you want to call it, that were going on back then, still going on to this day for that matter. And regarding superfoods, so yeah, there's a lot of woo-woo claims about all these woo-woo things that might happen when you eat superfoods. And some of these claims are scientifically based, a lot of certain nutrients, antioxidants in certain superfoods. But beyond that, we didn't feel any special effects, see any special health gains or anything like that. We made a video about this back in the early days of our channel. I'll link to it in the show notes, and I'll link a card to it up here so you can watch the whole thing. And in that, you'll see we just basically concluded that all that money that we were kind of sort of wasting on superfoods was better spent just buying higher quality whole food plants. Miss Iris1234 asks, who was my biggest influence in becoming vegan? Great question, because yeah, I've become sort of a vegan influencer right now who hopefully influences others to go vegan. But back in 2010, I wasn't aware of vegan influencers, vegans on social media. I don't even know if they had vegans on, like, say, YouTube in 2010. I didn't know of any vegan celebrities at the time. So it all came down to a personal moment of clarity that I had in the prior year. And in 2009, I tried, I was staying in San Francisco, and we had vegan options for every meal. And after like almost a week of being there, I realized no animals needed to die in order for me to live. And I reasoned, like, why would anyone want to intentionally choose to have a lifestyle that involves killing animals when I proved to myself that you don't need to? I felt great. Why would you want animals to die for you to live when you don't have to? It just made no sense to me. It made 100% sense to go vegan. So Ruby Soho asks about my opinion about lab-grown meat, a complicated topic for sure. She thinks it's interesting, but as a vegan, she wouldn't eat it. If growing meat in a lab reduces the dependence on killing animals, then maybe it's a good option for those who do eat meat. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said there, Ruby. Well, let's get to the beginning of this. Like, would I eat it as a vegan once it's finally released in the marketplace? And my answer is no. I have no desire to eat meat. This is not like, like Beyond Burgers or Beyond Meat, which is plants and mung beans, stuff like that mixed in to create the appearance and texture and taste of meat. No, this is actual meat produced in a laboratory, the meat that an animal would make, but it was grown somehow through technology in a laboratory. So no, I have no desire to eat that. It sounds gross. But is it a good option for those who, for some reason, would not want to eat a Beyond Burger or other plant-based meats? And I think it is, because we're not their target demographic, but billions of animals are being killed every year needlessly. And if we can't get these people to go vegan, at least we can get them to eat lab-grown meat. And I hear some vegans firing off mean comments already, but lab-grown meat is still not cruelty-free. It involves animal serum. Yeah, that's true for some, but as of 2018, new breakthroughs have enabled the laboratory people to make lab-grown meat that does not involve removing any animal tissue whatsoever. So we can get over that cruelty-free hump. It is cruelty-free in that sense. No animals needed to be harmed, and that's really what it's all about. So if you're a vegan and you decide to eat it, I'm not going to pass judgment on you. It's just my personal call. I have no desire to eat meat in any shape or form. Travis W. asks, but what do you think about open relationships? Why do you and your lady there ask, Travis? Vegan LV writes, hey Ryan, been eating whole food plants 3.5 years, and finally my husband has been for 2 years. But he only likes to eat vegan Beyond Meats and tenders and stuff every day for dinner now. He doesn't like fruits except for watermelon and his banana strawberry smoothies in the morning. So should you be worried? That's a really good question. So remember, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not here to give you medical advice, but I can relate to this because I have some personal connection to this story. if you saw my blood tests from December 2018, you saw my LDL cholesterol was a little high, and I was trying to figure out why. And my best guess was I was getting a little bit more coconut oil in my diet than I would have liked to. And coconut oil is high in saturated fat, which raises LDL cholesterol. And I'm not sure exactly from what you described there which Beyond products he's eating there, but I know for sure the Beyond burgers have coconut oil in them. So I've been avoiding them. So if your husband's eating foods that are high in coconut oil, high in saturated fat every day, and I recommend going to the doctor and getting a blood test. But I would look at the back of the box, look at the ingredients, see if there's coconut oil in them, and see what the saturated fat content is. But yeah, go to the doctor and ask for a blood panel, specifically a lipid panel, and see what his LDL is. If it's, say, over 100, which is considered not optimal, a little higher than it should be, you might want to try to convince him to back off on the Beyond Meat stuff and try to eat some more whole food plants with you. And of course, a hater had to ask us a question. He asked, after watching you guys at that Veg Fest, what seemed like 5 pounds of sugar and carbs in a single afternoon. Well, I assume you're talking about the video we put out a few days ago about going to Vegan Playground. And let's take a quick look at the foods we ate over the day. Angie's bringing us some Korean dumplings here, and yeah, look how sugary that looks. Looks like Frosted Flakes. Not. Here's some orange chicken, and oh my god, some broccoli and carrots. Are you afraid of the rice maybe, bro? Here's some noodles from our friends at Man Eating Plants. So delicious. Looks pretty not toxic to me. And here's a bao that they made too. Yeah, they had to make the bread and the fake meat thing, but yeah, it's pretty much whole food plants. And you know, truth be told, we really didn't eat that much food at this event. We typically just order one dish and split it between the two of us so we can try many dishes throughout the day. Well, I didn't show it here, but we did split a pretty small gluten-free brownie from Charlie's Brownies. So if that's what triggered you, bro, you're probably a carbophobe. Ollie Shaw asks, where'd I get that shirt that looks like a Ouija board? Well, we got that from our friend Chris, better known as the Vegan Zombie on YouTube. And you can order that shirt right off his website, theveganzombie.com. Xavier writes, hey Ryan, have I noticed a difference in performance since I started using Clean Machine protein powder, which I've talked about many times in my live streams? And yeah, he just wants to start doing some strength training and looking into different protein powders. And yeah, I've tried many of them, and I try them for like a week or two tops, and I just not impressed with them. Sometimes try them for a day and think they suck. So when I met Clean Machine at SoCal Veg Fest last year in October, they gave me some, and I just put it in the back of the pantry with the others. I finally got around to trying it in January of this year, and right away I just liked it. I thought it tasted great, which motivated me to put it in my smoothies after going to the gym, and after a while it became a daily thing for me. And after a month or so of doing it, I really started noticing gains that I wasn't getting before, as far as at least getting them quicker, more strength and vert gains than ever before. So I reached out to them, I think in March when I saw them at Products Expo West here in Anaheim. And since then I've been working with them. Not sponsored, by the way. However, I do have an affiliate link, which I'll share with you in a second, because they have a really awesome deal for the month of July. But I want to let you guys know it's a whole food plant. It's called duckweed. They trademarked the name to be lentine, so it sounds more cool than duckweed. It's a whole food plant. It's one of the most nutrient-dense plants on the planet. And it's got an amino acid profile comparable to whey. It's like the best balance of amino acids of any plant out there. It's actually naturally high in omega-3s in the form of ALA. So even if you're not into trying to work out at the gym, it's just a good supplement if you want to get a little extra protein and omega-3 fatty acids. So anyway, like I said, they have a cool sale going on for the entire month of July. Use our code HAPPYVEGAN. And you can get one free if you buy one. Buy one, get one free at Clean Machine Online. And I'll be sure to put the link and information down in the show notes for you too if you're interested. So anyway, feel free now, guys, to comment on any of the questions and answers that I covered here. I guess the lab-grown meat one is the most controversial. So if there's something you think I got wrong or some other point of view I need to consider about lab-grown meat, please feel free to comment about it. I'm not claiming to be an expert on it anyway. I just shared the information that I do know about it. So anyway, I guess that's it for this time. I'll probably do another one again in another month or two. And until then, remember, it doesn't suck being vegan.
You've got me spinning circles, spinning round and round. goes round and round again. Spin